Hi guys, Dom again. Welcome back. Day 6. Today and tomorrow to go. That's it. Hopefully it hasn't been too difficult for you. Day 0, we talked about the challenge. Day 1, we started looking at things like body weight activities. We've talked about the value of water. We've talked about the value of sleep. We've gone through lifting weights as a counter measure to some of our body weight activity. And then we've also talked about things like intermittent fasting. So let's go. Let's see what day 6 has in store for us of our challenge. All right, so this is the topic that I like most. People might say I'm a head case, a mental person. For me, most things in life are mental, right? No matter the position that we should find ourselves in, if we have developed our mindset properly, we should be able to find a way out of the situation that we're in. So you hear some of these phrases. You often find that someone that you know will choose to exert themselves where another person can't even manage to a bit of a glimmer of effort, all right? And that might come down to simple skills and my dog's barking at the backyard. That's because the neighbors are home. When you'll see this in the gym, you'll see this at work, you'll see this in your kids. Someone puts in the effort, keeps driving. The other person just goes, oh, stuff it, give up. So what the former person does is how they think about their ability to actually complete the task, do it. You know, whether they're so dogged determined or whether it's just, okay, you use the phrase, shit happens, I'm moving on. And for the other end of this sort of discussion, there's a few people out there. If you guys have never heard of an ex-Navy SEAL vet called Jocko Willink, you'll actually find he has a book out. It's called Extreme Ownership. And his view of the world is no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, no matter what's happening around me or to others near me, I am responsible. And he talks about obviously when they were during the Gulf War and they were in Iraq, something happened to his team. Some people got injured, but ultimately, as team lead, it was his responsibility. Forget the fact that the information was wrong. The intelligence didn't work out quite right. Someone did this, someone did that. He said, I'm the team lead, falls on my shoulders. So that's what we call extreme ownership. So you and you only are solely responsible for what's happening to you, to the people near you, and around you, regardless of situations or consequences. So this topic, we can get really deep really quickly. And there's a lot of stuff around mindset coming out and people talk about it, but I don't think people really apply it. People think that you need to be put in an extreme situation to do it. Well, no, you don't. Just the simple situation of, okay, I'm a parent. I haven't had the chance to go do groceries. I've got some stuff in the fridge. My kids are screaming. Everyone's hungry. What do I do? What do I do? Some people will panic. Some people will default to, oh, stuff it, we'll just get takeaway. But hey, this is the 3rd night in a row, or 4th night in a row that this has happened. Others will go, no, stop. There is something in the fridge. Everyone shut up and calm down. Let's just go and eat what we've got here. So there's 2 different situations, 2 different perspectives, and 2 ways of handling it. So we can keep them small. So we're going to take a more of a positive spin on this task over the next couple of days. The first task is about you being thankful. Okay, and the second task is about you actually holding yourself responsible and accountable. So task 1, being thankful. Here's what I want you to do. This is a bit of an awkward one. Find someone close to you. Could be your partner, a child, or a colleague. Could be your neighbor. Someone that you've been distant with lately. Your task, as it says here, simply tell them how grateful you are for them or for something that they have done. Now, if your neighbour's pissed you off because they're throwing dog shit over your fence, I don't want you to go up and say that you're grateful for them doing that, because clearly you're not. But I also don't want you to go up and start a fight. So case in point is my children. Haven't sat down for the longest time to say to the kids, hey, I'm really proud of what you did, and that you did this, 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 and this, and I didn't have to say anything, or you took the initiative to do that. Man, that makes me really, really proud of you. So it can be something as simple as that. Like I said, making their own bed, packing their own lunch. You're probably going to find their reaction is going to be different. They're probably going to look at you and go like, yeah, he's smoking something. So again, we're talking about changing perspective. See what happens. So the reaction will actually help you understand the importance of, we're going to call it mindfulness, but it's just the importance of acting in a certain fashion. What I'd like you to do is post it in the group. Now, you don't have to say the person's name, just identify. I spoke to my child today. I said this. Here's how they reacted. Did it lead on to a lengthy discussion? Did it become emotional? Did you get a bit teary? Did they just look at you like I expected my son to do and just go, oh, yeah, right, and just walk off? But it triggered something in him, and the conversation we had half an hour later was something along the same lines, but he just come out and he just started having a chat, something he hasn't done in a while. But also too, I want you to post, how did you feel? How did you feel? It's like, hey, that actually made me feel really, really good. Or, yeah, it's a bit awkward. You know, particularly if it's a co-worker that you haven't really said thanks to for a while. You know, they might have helped fill in, or if you're working shift work, someone might have taken your shift and it really helped you out. And talking about changing perspective, I need to go change my perspective. The neighbor just put on some high pressure cleaner. So let's just get to the second part of the task. Owning the outcome. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I want you to recap a recent issue, something that happened at home or at work, where you laid blame on another person. All right. I want you to put yourself in that person's situation. Think about it. And I want you to take full responsibility. You've got to be both sides of the fence now. So what could you have done to prevent the situation from happening? And why didn't you do it? Let's be honest. So like task one, I want to put a summary in the group. So here's me. This happens periodically, similar to what I just described before. It's last minute. It's a Sunday. We've been out for the day at one of the kids' sports, and sometimes they can be quite lengthy days. We got home at 4. I had time, but I didn't go to the groceries. I jumped back on my computer. Got through to 6, got through to 7. I hadn't eaten because I was busy, but the rest of the family's looking at me going, man, we're hungry. And I've just cracked it. Blah, 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 F this, F that, you can do this, you're old enough, what's wrong with your hands? And I've just gone, stuff yours. To prove the point, I've then gone in and I've just found whatever was in the cupboard, and it happened to be 2-minute noodles, and I made myself 2-minute noodles for dinner and buggered the rest of them, and I walked away. Now I went back half an hour later and I felt like an absolute tool. So I laid blame on them. In actual fact, if I had stepped in, it would have been, it is 4 o'clock. There's really not that much stuff in the house for us to eat as a family that people would enjoy sitting down eating. Not everyone's not like me. They're not just going to have 2-minute noodles and be happy. They would probably like something nice. So, hey, by the time I go out, I go up to the shop, I can grab something, I can be back. It could have been something simple as buying a roast chicken, going and buying some rolls, some salad, making a roast chicken roll that I know everyone in the house would have eaten, and being happy and content with that. Instead, I cracked a banana here, right? So something like that there, something simple where you put yourself in their situation and work out how it feels. So again, back to that promise at the start. If you want to, and you're interested in doing some stuff with me around the training side, and we'll step into the nutrition side and helping you being accountable for it, then I'm here to help. Simple steps, book the call, complete the form, have a conversation. If not, cool, stay in the group. Let's just go on. We're almost at the end of this challenge. Love the opportunity to see what you guys have got to post in the group. And on that, we'll see you for day 7, the final day of the challenge. And any feedback you got, post it in the group. Happy to do so. Let's go from there. So guys, until then, cheers.